helps me all the time.
Yeah. Sarah has those zinc pills that she takes once in a while, but you got to take that before you get the cold.
That's basically preventive.
Yeah.
Okay, since Marcus is back, he could do his big sound check.
Yeah, Checkmate King 2. This is White Rick over.
We got you loud and clear. DeMarco's been doing your White Rick sound check for a while.
No.
I've got a second screen going someplace.
Yeah, I'm hearing some noise on somebody.
It is not on my end.
Unique golden etched pattern. Literally one of only 8 exclusive designs. That means
only one of 8 exclusive designs.
Exactly like it.
I had no idea where that.
12 cards, some cash, and even has
okay.
Rare, refined, and
I killed it in another browser. Okay. Okay. We had a double sound check tonight with Marcus and somebody's wallet. But okay, here we go. Are you ready, DeMarco? 3, 2, 1, and welcome into Drone Nation for October 13th, 2025. What it used to be known as Columbus Day, but they don't really celebrate that much anymore. But here's the title of tonight's show. Will DJI escape a U.S. drone ban in 2026? So we may put Marcus on the hot seat about that tonight. But okay, folks. You see who we have back tonight? The man who I know probably a lot of you thought he had left our show and went to another show, but he was just on a long vacation. And then he had a little sick time he had to put in, last week or whatever. So he's out of his vacation and sick days now for the year. So you're going to see him the rest of the season here.
I've used up all my PTO.
There you go. There you go. So, but Marcus is back. We're glad to have him back. We can't. Later segment of the show, he's going to talk all about the Drone Seekers meetup he was at, what seems to be a month ago now in Spain. So we can't wait to hear that. And but we're going to go right to the star of the show right here. DeMarco's fearless Monday Night Football forecast here. And Mark, we have a double header again tonight. So good chance to go 2-0 and get ourselves out of the hole here, right?
Yes. Who was it? It's the Falcons and the Bills.
How did we do last week when the Chiefs, the Jags defeated the Chiefs? Did we go with the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Well, you know that game went right down to the very end. The Chiefs were winning. If you turn it off with a minute left in the game, the Chiefs would have won, but it went right down to the end.
I turned it off.
Lawrence, he ran it in, didn't he? It was like a crazy ending to the game.
I turned it off. I picked the Chiefs and the Chiefs lost. So hey, what are you gonna do?
But we're
under 500. So
we're gonna redeem ourselves tonight. We have the Buffalo Bills with a record of 4-1 versus the Atlanta Falcons with a record of 2-2. The Bills are giving 3.5 points on the road. You rarely see a big spread like that on the road. Not a big spread, but a road spread. So how we seeing this game tonight, DeMarco?
Well, my choices that I made earlier in the day are for the Bills to beat the Falcons and for the Bears to beat the Commanders. I have to pick my Bears.
Okay, well, we got to set the second game up here, though.
I'm sorry.
The hometown Chicago Bears with a record 2-2 versus the Washington Commanders with a record of 3-2. Washington is giving 5.5 points at home.
Yes. So wait. Back to the Falcons game, though. So I picked the Bills.
Okay.
Well, I totally forgot Shelly's traveling this week, and she's in Atlanta, and she's actually at the game in a fancy booth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She's sending pictures and everything. No, she's in a booth there.
Ask her how the shrimp is.
No. She sent me pictures of the food, and it's bougie food, though. Nothing like like regular people like us would.
So what you're saying is she's there with her boyfriend.
Maybe as long as he's paying for it, I don't care. so hopefully the Bills come back and win that. But last I looked, they were down.
But I think the Bears are up early.
Yeah. I'm still picking my Bears to win. Hopefully to get me back to 500, maybe. Hopefully something. But,
okay.
So the Bears and Bills.
Enough football talk here. We're losing.
Done.
People are tuning out quickly here. But you don't have to watch the games now. You know who's going to win here. Now, let's go to the story number 2. Now, this is a story that could be near and dear to Marcus's heart here because he purchased the original Skyrover. But there is a new Skyrover drone coming soon, the S1. I believe Marcus has the X1. But we have an S1, not to be confused with the X1. And thanks to Jack from Half Crow for finding us. Now, I'll link the video down below here in the description, but I'm not going to play Jack's video because I didn't get his permission. I didn't talk to him at all. But basically what Jack found on the website and even on Amazon is, there's an S1 Skyrover coming out, and it looks like a sort of your X1 is kind of like a mini 4 Pro.
It's a mini 4 Pro.
But this S1 kind of looks like it's a kind of a clone of maybe the Mini 3 and the Mini 4K. It looks like it's is trending down. It's like a clone of some lesser DJI drones. So maybe at a sharper price point for the consumer. I do want to mention that the X1 the Marcus has, the Flybar combo has been on sale for like a week now. It stayed on sale after the the Amazon Prime Day sales over. Last time I looked, it was still only like $718 for the Flybar combo.
Yeah, that's a great buy.
Without any special coupons or whatever, nothing that you can't do but spend going to the Amazon listing. So
yeah.
So what do you? I know you're kind of a big fan of the X1. Will you be looking forward to seeing another drone from the good folks over at Skyrover?
Well, if it helps us keep some quality drones in this country, of course I'm all for it. It looks like it's all over for DJI, and if they can rebrand or license their technology or whatever it is, I think it's a good thing. It's good for us, right?
Right. We don't know the actual date this is coming out, but hopefully soon. DeMarco, did you get a chance to look at this Skyrover S1 at all?
I have not seen that one. No,
I haven't seen that article, Ron. I'll have to look at. Take a look.
It's not an article. The link is to Jack's video he made about it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to play Jack's video because I didn't talk to him about it.
He's an insider. They probably got a hold of him.
But we'll have folks. When we get more information on this, we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll get Jack on talk about it in the near future here. Jack's a good guy. So, okay, number 3 kind of ties in with this. Russ, our good friend Russ over at 51 Drones, he shared his thoughts on the so-called DJI shell companies releasing drones in the U.S., mostly on Amazon. And again, this is an article, this is a video. I haven't talked to Russ. I don't want to play his video without his permission, but you folks feel free to, after the show, to click his link. So basically what I kind of boil what Russ is saying in the video down is he said that, he named 4 or 5, 6 of these shell companies selling DJI-like drones, going back to Cohita and some of the ones Marcus, you have a point.
Not just drones, Ron. If you see they're doing the same thing with the action.
That's another story coming up.
Okay. I'm not going to steal your thunder then.
So, he's theorizing. He says maybe DJI, the nameplate will go away in the U.S. after the 23rd if they don't get their drone inspected by the various departments. But he said their technology will live on even if the name goes away in the U.S. Their technology coming up in other products, whatever these, shell companies and so on, that, it's going to be.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we lost Ron.
The mole's
DeMarco.
down.
That's him.
Oh, yeah. He's going in and out. Ron, you're going in and out, buddy.
And you know what? I haven't lost internet during this whole nor'easter, but
you're back now, though.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I haven't had any internet problems. The whole nor'easter thing we're having in the East Coast right now. We're in a kind of second day of a big nor'easter that caused a lot of flooding and high winds. But at least where I live, it kind of wasn't as bad as they predicted. But back to Jack's thing. So he thinks that even if they these shell companies will keep popping up, and it'll. The government won't be quick enough to keep them going. So, maybe we'll keep a pipeline of DJI light drones for these shell companies. Now, I haven't been too hyped on this. I know, you love your X1 and Bill loved his, whatever he had or whatever. But, I'm going to be more interested in shell companies when they actually make drones that I don't already have. Like, I don't particularly need clones of drones that I already possess, but I'll be interested, say when the Air 4 comes out maybe next year, the DJI Air 4, and we can't get in the country, then I'll be interested in buying a shell company version of a technology that I haven't seen before. Marcus, you have any thoughts on this subject?
No, I totally agree with you. What's going to be really difficult for us, and I saw Gary Foster made a comment earlier that DJI is alive and well in the rest of the world, and they are. Sadly, we seem to be the only country in the world that sees some nefarious thing with DJI. However, as we see them roll out new technology, and it is simply unavailable to us because it can't get an FCC license or it can't get an FAA remote ID approval, it's going to be really, really frustrating, right? Because we're gonna want that technology too. If it can come to us in the form of a rebranded product, man, I'm all for it. Now, the thing that people bring up to me, I get these comments all the time on my Skyrover video, is people say, "Well, where are you going to get it? Service, this and that." Okay, I got the latest and greatest from DJI right here. Where am I going to get this serviced?
Yeah,
there's no place in this country to get it serviced. So there you go.
Where are you going to get all your older DJI service?
There you go. My strategy is this: if I break it, I'm going to drive up there to Gary's house, and Gary is going to send it into DJI for me. But yeah,
Marcus, I was going to say, like now, if with me having the Mavic 3 Pro, it's a couple years old though, and the Mavic 3, you guys have the 4. Even though the 4 and the Mini 5 are out, I don't feel like I'm missing too much.
It's incremental.
No, but what I'm trying to say, but I will feel like that come the Mavic 6 and the Mini 7.
Right.
Yeah.
We are going to be so jealous when guys like our friend Gary, who's in the chat right now, he gets his video out and he's holding up the Mini 7 or whatever it is, and we're going to be very, very jealous.
But on the flip side, though, I mean, I'm probably going to save a lot of money because the current drones we have now, Mavic 4, Mavic 3, Mini 5, Mini 4, or whatever, all those drones are still going to be great drones 2, 3, 4 years down the road. They're still going to be capable of taking the quality of video and pictures that we need to run any type of channel online or whatever, do any kind of work you want to do, real estate and so on, or anything else, whatever. So,
hey, that's Ron.
Our need to buy new things may be hurt, but our actual, usability of the products it won't be hindered.
Well, other than be careful with your drone, right?
Yeah,
I was talking to Josh about that, Josh and John on their show earlier today. I am going to be way more conservative about the way I fly my drones.
Yeah. Hey, but that's like with the Mavic 2 Pro. I mean, if someone posted a video on it and didn't tell us what it was, like we wouldn't know, because that camera's great. Oh, come on, Marcus, that camera's great.
Yeah, it was great. Oh, yeah, it would look really good.
But what I'm trying to say is, no one who's still flying a Mavic 2 Pro is like, oh, this drone is so old, it's terrible. No, it's still a great drone. Same with the Air 2S. It's great. It's great. It's just software is older, the text a little bit older. Who cares?
Yeah, look what Joe's posted here too, DeMarco. Yeah, he's absolutely right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Joseph.
Yep, Dr. Joseph. Yep.
How about the monitors that we're all looking at right now too? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about that a million times, so it's like beating a dead horse. But it is just absurd, and none of us. Well, it more boils down to private equity companies that have invested in companies like Skydio, and I can't remember what's the other name of the other big drone company, Brick or whatever they call it, Brink or something like that. it's all these big private equity companies that you know, they came up with this idea, and they're blockading DJI, and the average Joe, that's us, we're paying the price.
So to wrap it all up, is we hope we can dodge some of this by buying from Shell. I mean, you know, Russ thinks the Shell companies are going to continue in the future. Now, I saw Richard chat doesn't think they will, but we'll find out.
Well, so we were talking on Josh's show, Josh and John's show earlier today.
The drone rogues.
The drone rogues. You know, we were lamenting the fact that GoPro didn't stay in the drone business, and you know, I still have kind of hopes that something like that could take place, or you know, and I would be, even if they licensed DJI's technology and built them in the United States, what, you know, that would be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a lot of people talking about, I agree, Mike, there's companies that repair drones. I totally agree with you. Where are they going to get the parts? Huh? They got to have parts.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, the Camry store in New York, they repair them, and somehow they're getting parts. They're even getting drones. You could have walked in the Camry store the day the Mini 5 Pro came out and bought one. People did. Mark Fisher did. So somehow this Camry somehow is getting them in here.
It's not the same as being able to just fill out a form on DJI's website, though, and sending your drone in and having it back 3 days later. It's just not the same.
Ray thinks the DJI American drones are going to be awesome. Yep, I can't wait for the DJI American drone. So
where are they, Ray? I'm looking for them.
Well, you know, coming on December 23rd, the day that, you know, DJI drone gets inspected.
So Mike is saying worldwide availability. They can't get parts in the country, Mike. I'm not sure what you mean by that. DJI cannot get parts into the United States.
At least through normal channels.
Not through normal channels, yeah. So probably what parts are coming in are just like the way we ordered this thing, you know. They're coming in a plain brown box, I'm sure, to certain places. But again, I still consider this a gray market drone. It's not sold through normal channels, and I can't get warranty repair on it. It's a gray market product, and you know, just the way it is.
You get the same support when that drone as you get with all your FEMI drones.
Well, that's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We could talk this one forever. We're gonna move on to story number 4. I got a good one here, folks. Let me get my little fancy graphic going here. See if I can find it here. It's always here we go. Can you guys see that? Let me get Jeff's comment down here. I got a big shout out by DroneXL, Haye Kessler this weekend. He featured my Mavic 4 Pro firmware update video on his, you know, in his news feed, you know, his blog or whatever. And in the video, I demonstrated how to use the new feature that was installed with the latest firmware for the drone, where it allows you to change cameras. You have 3 cameras on there. You have the wide, the medium, and the long tele. And a lot of people's complaints were to switch cameras, you have to stop the video and restart the video again. And they wanted kind of some like a seamless thing of going through the different cameras. Well, DJI kind of halfway solved it. When you switch from, say, the wide to the mid, it will stop the video and then restart it for you automatically again. And then when you switch from the medium to the super tele, same thing. It'll stop the video on itself, and then it'll restart again when you get to the other camera, which, you know, you still split your video up. When you get home, you're still got 3 different videos, but at least you don't have to worry about forgetting to start it again in another camera and not getting anything at all. So it's kind of it's maybe more of a workaround and solution. Now, some people say from a technology standpoint, there's no way they could, you know, continuously record when you're changing cameras. Now, I know they have that Explorer mode where you're in kind of a digital mode where you can do that. This is on the Mavic 4 Pro I'm talking about here. But people say it can't be done when you switch the cameras. I'm not an engineer. I don't work for DJI. I can't say one way or the other in that. But Marcus, have you done this update or taken a look at this yet?
I have. I've used it, and it is fantastic because how many times have I switched cameras and forgot to start recording? So many times. So frustrating. And so, yeah, it's good that it automatically restarts.
And along with that, DeMarco, you don't have this, so you the drone, so you haven't seen this, of course. What are your thoughts on this?
Hey, anything helps.
There you go.
Good. Hopefully one day I will have it, then when I get to use that feature.
I think that day will be coming, maybe before you know it here. Okay, so here's another thing came update. The vertical video range of motion. Now I didn't get to show this in the video because I couldn't figure it out. But what it allows you to do, in vertical, Marcus, you've probably seen it. If you put in vertical video, the gimbal's real restrained. You can't do much with it. It won't go up and down much. But in the settings, I think in control settings, the second tab over, you can go down and you can click a slider that allows that to do more, to have more ability to go up and down, and it slightly improves it. But what you can do is, if you're in the vertical mode and you go down to like where the pro or auto menu is at the bottom, if you hit the middle one, another menu will pop up and you'll be able to switch it from lossless, which is you get the full 4K, over to not lossless. I forget what they call it, the not lossless. And the not lossless will kind of turn the camera around again and the gimbal around again, and you'll be shooting like you do in the Air 3S, where it'll crop it in for you, put the kind of the bars there, and you'll be able to shoot vertical, not in the full 4K, whatever. I don't know exactly what it takes it down to. 2.7 was on the Air 3S, but it never said that what it takes it down to. But what it does is you can kind of get full range of your gimbal back. So if you want to do any fancy gimbal maneuvers or whatever, with that, that's the way you can do it. Again, not being in the lossless mode anymore. Marcus.
Okay, one comment there, and again, we talked about this on Drone Rogues earlier today. Who needs 4K in vertical mode? You can only upload in 1080p. TikTok is where that is so popular. TikTok is just 1080. So yeah, that's a little bit superfluous. And then if you're buying a Mavic 4 Pro to shoot in vertical, I don't know. You're probably in the wrong business.
We've kind of said that all along. A Mini 4, Mini 5, if you mostly intend to shoot vertical video for social media, just buy one of those drones. You get true vertical video, and you get real good range of motion on the gimbal.
Buy an Atom 2 or something like that, if that's what you're.
Which got a bunch of firmware updates too, but I don't have a story on it because I don't know all the details on it yet. Yeah. But anyhow, so that's one of the the other things. And the third thing was one of Marcus, your favorite features is the master shots. Now, previously on master shots, when you would do the master shots, the file would come out. All the master shots would be in the same file. So if you wanted to go through and edit one out, you would be a lot of work. You have to go through there, put in your editor, find exactly where the one you want, chop it out, however. But now with the new master shots, and this is the Mini 5 Pro only. I tried to show it in the Mavic 4, but it wasn't in there. It's a Mini 5 only exclusive. The master shots, each master shot appears as its own file. So droney, rocket, circle wide, circle far, every one is its own little file. So if you want to, if you just want one of those clips to use as a short or something like that, you don't have to go in and, chop it all off and look at whatever. You can just go in and grab the file. They're not labeled. You still have to, if you remember the order, but you still have to go and check them because the label is a generic label. But it does make it good if you're trying to get a particular master shot out of that and you don't want to go through the whole process. I know, Marcus, you said before the show, you unfortunately haven't got a chance to fly the Mini 5 Pro yet due to your illness here. But is that something that would interest you, the individual files?
I really doesn't bother me that they're all together because for me it's really easy to split them up in an editor. But I understand why people might want that feature, so it's good that they have it. It makes a little difference to me. Now, what I will say is, Ron, I don't do this, but I know you shoot some real estate once in a while, and I've always thought, I always talk to people that shoot real estate, and they get these fantastic videos of a place. If I was doing that, I would do a master shot over every house that I was looking at, and then you're going to get all these very different shots and use them or not, but they're going to look really good. So I think that's a great feature.
Yep. And now the one thing I noticed that you and I have talked about this before in the old master shots, it would actually make this little like kind of mini movie on its own or whatever. Where that a feature it didn't seem to happen on this. I completed my master shot, and that little thing where it created like a little mini movie did not happen.
Well, let me tell you why that may be. Were you doing a screen recording?
Not sure.
If you were doing a screen,
I made a video on the Mavic before, but I'm not sure I was doing a screen recording when I actually did it on the Mini 5.
On the Mini 5, if you were doing a screen recording on the RC2, it doesn't have enough brain power to do both at the same time, so it won't create one of those little videos for you. And actually, there is not enough processing power in that RC2 to do that. So, if you are using DJI's templates that are in the Fly app, you literally have to export the video to your phone or to your tablet or something, and that has a little more brain power and can create those videos from those templates. And some of them are kind of fun, and some of them are, I don't know. I've messed around with them a little bit. I think you're going to get your best results just editing something together and putting your own soundtrack to it. But it's kind of fun. I think for instance, if you were gonna, especially now that they have that vertical mode, and if you're into TikTok or whatever, boy, that'd be a quick way to get a edited video up.
Yeah, good point. And I cannot remember if I was doing a screen recording when I tried this feature, and also I can't remember which controller I was using, because 50% of the time I've flown the Mini 5 Pro, I've used the DJI RC Pro 2 controller, which may have enough horsepower to do it.
I'm wondering about that, so I haven't tried it yet, Ron.
I've been wanting to do sometime, right?
Yeah, I've been wanting to try that, so that's on my list.
We're really going deep. Most people probably have no idea what we're talking about, Marcus. We're really going down we're really going down.
Probably everybody here.
You and I geek out in some of this stuff.
Yeah, I'll bet everybody here has a DJI drone, and they've messed around with it a little bit. But it is kind of interesting the way that technology works.
Yes. Let's see here. I'm trying to get the next story going here. Let's see here. What's this one here? This is a good one. If I can find find what it is here. Is this it here? I can't find. I can't find the story. Well, whatever I find. Oh, here it is. I got it. Well, I got it here. This is the story you talked about earlier. Said the story. I'm going to skip a story around here, I believe.
Extra
here. I don't know if I even have this on the agenda. If I have, I may not have this on the agenda here, but here we go. Marcus had alluded to this earlier. There's a new company called Extra out, and they're selling these products. Well, they're selling the action camera on Amazon already. The Extra Edge Pro, and Andre's a big YouTuber out of Texas. I can't. His channel's name's like Camera Comparison or something. Help me in the chat here. What's Andre's channel? Andre already has this Extra Pro, Edge Pro, and he's compared to the DJI Action 5 Pro. He can't see one bit of difference. They all the same specs. The video looks the same. Of course, they have their own app that looks the same. So as Marcus alluded to earlier, they're already, they've already, what's the word we used before, with the drones. It's already like a
clone
here releasing DJI style action cameras. Now that I don't believe that Pocket 3 is available yet, but they've already have it on like their site or Amazon. So that's coming soon.
Ron, I can go to my local Costco here in Idaho and I can buy a Pocket 3 kit right now.
Which was amazing since they were so hard to get like a year ago.
Yeah, DJI branded. They had a ton of them. Yeah.
And now the thing is that the odd thing here is, well, not odd, but when you go on Amazon and look at these, like, well, only the action cameras there right now, the price is almost the same price as DJI. It's not like it's any less or whatever. You're going to pay the same price to get this, shell company one. But again, according to Andre, it's almost, exact clone as far as features and specs and whatever. DeMarco, what are your thoughts on now we've got shell company drones for a while. Now we have DJI shell company cameras.
Hey, with as far as a refresh for those, not those on the screen right there, but for the DJI products, for the actions, do they have that for those or no? To refresh is totally gone for everything.
I don't know, DeMarco. When I got back from Florida last year, my Action 5, DJI Action 5 had a problem and it was still covered under warranty. I was able to send it into DJI and get it back. But of course, again, that's 7-8 months ago. So I don't know if that would still happen today or not.
No,
I think any box coming in saying DJI on the side with the DJI return label, I think is getting stopped.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, as far as I'm concerned, that's what's going to kill them off here, is not having service for it. It's not having, if you drop it, and those are getting dropped sooner or later. So
that's great point. I totally agree with you. DeMarco, we've been put in a horrible situation. It's just there's no two ways around it. It's a bunch of.
And then, Marcus, let me say this too, especially with somebody like Costco too. Someone drops that, not knowing what we all know, and they call up DJI. Oh, sorry, we can't get you parts. What are they going to do? Take it right back to Costco.
Yeah, Costco's going to get it back, right?
Right.
This one is scary.
Yeah. Now, in the past week or so, our good friend, is it Brendan Carr? Brendan Carr, right? Over, he's head of something. What's he head of?
The Commerce Commission.
Yeah, the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC.
FCC, yeah, is where he's at.
He's a new top dog over there, and he wants to remove millions of Chinese electronic listings as DJI faces December ban deadline. So this guy, he wants to revoke, a lot of other things besides drones here, the FCC approvals here. What we don't know is he's going to revoke things that are all he's going to revoke, the way I understood it, like he's going to revoke it on things that are already out for sale. So like, say, what's the last drone you could buy? The Flip, right? The Flip you could buy, right? On DJI's website. So he's going to try to revoke things for like the Flip that's already been approved for sales here in the US or whatever, or he made it through customs or whatever. So that's a concern. But also, what if he starts like, not even let you fly older drones?
Yeah, so he floated the idea of being able to revoke the FCC license for existing products. And if that's the case, it really is game over then, because you won't legally be able to fly anything. Of course, I will also say that FPV pilots have been not legally flying drones like that, without FCC licenses for years. But yeah, it's no matter how you look at it, it's bad. And, none of us want to you know, we all want to comply with rules and regulations. And, you know, if they revoke the license for this thing, it's nothing but a paperweight.
And here's something here. We all know about the December 23rd deadline, but here's a line in here for you can see it's probably small. The FCC will vote on October 28th to further tighten restrictions on telecommunications equipment containing component parts from coverless companies. So they're going to take a vote on the further tighten restrictions. So I don't know how tight he's talking about.
None of it's good, Ron. I can tell you that. It's a mess.
DeMarco, your thoughts on this revoking FCC approvals and tightening stuff on what's that word he used here? Components from banned sources. Is this?
I mean, like Marcus said, it's a giant effing mess. Sorry, Marcus. I put the effing in that though.
Oh no, you're right.
How? Anyway.
Hey, you know, you just said it all with that, DeMarco. You're frustrated, and you know, I think everybody in the chat is, and I know damn well I am. It just seems it's like a bad dream. It's so absurd.
Yeah, they go from like just having like what we all do. Us here on the panel, everybody in the chat, we enjoy our drone. We can go out and have fun. They're just making it all illegal now. So now, I mean, it's not worth it then. It's not worth it to me to sit in my backyard and fly a drone and then cops are knocking on my house. No.
Not going to go there. Sure. I know.
No.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Sorry. Ron?
No, it's
Ron, what are your thoughts?
It's frustrating, and the only solace I take on is the U.S. government, lots of times isn't very effective at doing things. So if they had this, put the same level of effectiveness, like okay, this I'm not going any further, they're not very good at budgets or whatever down there, or keeping the government open. So maybe they can lay off some guys over at the FCC.
Here
and FAA while they're at it. Lay them guys off and lay that Brandon Carr off.
Hey, I am a firm believer in the Second Amendment. That said, if they treated guns like they do drones, we wouldn't have not hardly any, but we would have a lot less deaths. Who have drones killed?
Nobody.
In the U.S. How many in the U.S. How many drone deaths are there?
Well, yeah, and every day there's a helicopter falling from the sky or a private aircraft falling from the sky, or I know, but
or
drones,
a mass shooting or a mass keep going and going and going. So
there's never a mass drone attack.
No.
In the U.S.
Yeah.
Lives matter.
Oh, okay. I had a graphic for this. It's a better story. I had a graphic for this, but I lost it. So
sorry, folks. We're bitching today. We're just bitching a lot.
Yeah, we're getting you down, but we're gonna get to the good stuff here in a second. Marcus talks about all the fun and frolicking over in Spain at the meetup. But okay, here's a good story though, guys. Get our attitudes back up again. From DJI Rumors on Twitter. That's another leaker here. DJI Rumors. DJI is set to launch the Osmo Action 6 this month, featuring a 1-inch sensor and 195 milliamp battery, starting at only $329. I mean, where the prices are going down to $329. Well, we're not getting the U.S. anyways, but expect a teaser October 17th ahead of the rumored October 24th event. So today's already like the 13th. So the teaser's coming by the end of the week or whatever. Well, that would be like Saturday, right? But anyhow, this kind of came out of no place. I mean, people have been asking where the Action 6 is, but we haven't really seen much on it or whatever for the past couple months. Well, we've been getting all the Mini 5 Pro rumors, the little nano camera rumors, all that stuff. So this kind of fell off sides. It kind of caught me off guard here. And the picture was a real generic looking picture that didn't look like much more than that extra I showed you. So Marcus, did this kind of this take you by surprise? Is supposed that Action 6 coming out?
Well, there's been rumors for a long time, so I wouldn't say surprise. However, it is
rumors without any bite to them. Rumors without any real
right. But a 1-inch sensor, that makes sense, because look, we just saw it on the Mini 5, so that makes a lot of sense. Their action cameras just keep getting exponentially better, just like the drones. They really have leapfrogged GoPro, which is, that's the one thing GoPro always had, is they had the edge on their video quality and their picture quality on their little action cameras. There may have been problems with them or so forth, but they always had the edge and a little bit better dynamic range and of course very vivid color profile.
They seem to have the best color science.
Yeah, their color profile was always really exciting for an action camera, especially. And but DJI definitely, with the Action 5, they took a leap ahead. And now if they put a 1-inch sensor in this Action 6, it's going to be even more so. And of course, well, I was just going to say, for me, it's a B-roll camera, so it's probably more important to you, Ron, than it is to me.
Yeah, and it looks like GoPro is not even going to release a action camera this season. They're just going to stick with their Insta3, their 360 camera they released, and not release a new regular action camera.
Because that would have been out by now, wouldn't it? September.
Yes, they don't think it's coming. Right. They think that all we're getting from them is that 360 camera, the Max 2. DeMarco, your thoughts on a new action camera from DJI, the Action 6?
I'm not the one that asked about that, though. I still have the original action camera. But it's,
I know. Can you believe that thing? Is that actually 6 years old already? The original action.
I'm thinking more like 4 or 5, maybe.
Yeah. How we get up to 6? How did we get more cameras in years here?
Well, 2 and 3 came out one year, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while. I sold you that camera, DeMarco. So, it's been years ago. Yeah,
I use it for the football games now. Shelly has like a little tripod she puts up there when she puts it on it.
Yeah. But it is amazing how good probably the video quality keeps getting better on the action cameras, and the stability keeps getting better. The video is so smooth. Like I can try. I've got my Canon M50 behind me. It takes pretty good video, but if you're moving at all, it looks so bad. And you do it with your little action camera, and it's nice and smooth, and it looks good.
The Canon's meant to sit on a tripod.
Marcus, the camera, like I said a minute ago, we use it for the football games. So I bought Shell a tripod, and she sits in the front row of the stadium. No, it's a high school stadium. And I showed her how to use it. The only thing she needs to do is point the camera at the field, which
wrong way.
Yes. She's not watching now. I was like, Shell, it's facing up.
Turn it around.
You should have got a 360 camera. That wouldn't matter what.
Oh, yeah.
So anyhow, also DJI rumors again on Twitter is they leaked specs for a possible DJI Osmo Pocket 5, reveal a major upgrade with dual cameras and a potential launch by end of year. Expect 4K up to 240 frames per second video. Fierce competition to brand like GoPro and Canon in 2026. A lot of people rumors. I don't know how good this is. Just reading rumors last week, we won't see the Pocket 4 until 2026. So again, I have no pictures or anything on this, but so again, DJI rumors. I don't know if they're reliable as there some of our other guys on these cameras coming out, but I guess it bears watching. Of course, these won't be. I mean, they won't be sold in the U.S. through DJI themselves. Just like the Nano, they may appear on Amazon.com and places like that. But as we pointed out already, you buy them, you don't have a warranty or, no way to repair them, all that business. But the cameras do seem to get in the U.S. and they do seem to be sold on Amazon, but they don't. But they don't, apparently DJI can't get a pallet through, to sell them themselves in the U.S. Is that
Right.
is that a fairly good guess, Marcus?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and on on Amazon, at first it seemed to be just a small, you and I somehow getting a few of these drones to sell on Amazon, but now it seems like there's shell companies on Amazon. Like you'll see a name, it won't be DJI, but it'll be something like some kind of cool sounding name or whatever, and they'll be selling the DJI products.
DJI products, right?
Yeah.
So they got them into the country somehow, whether they shipped them through Mexico or Canada or whatever, or via Malaysia or
not knocking things, but not that these people probably work as hard as they can, but all the illegal drugs and things like that to get through this country all the time or whatever, if they can get all that through, they can get some drugs, get some drones through, some cameras through somehow. So things are going to get through, maybe not in the proper way with gigantic shipping containers and pallets and whatever, but units are going to get through. So, but of course sometimes we pay a higher price for all that to happen too as consumers. So
Ron, but things will get through, but I wonder at what point will they make it illegal to own?
Yeah, well, I mean, here we went down this road for all the, I don't know if these products have got FCC approval. The Pocket 4 and the Action Camera 6. So if they haven't got FCC approval, then they could be illegal, or to use in the U.S. because they won't be allowed to be on the, even though they're not like drones, they don't have OcuSync, but they still rely on radio signals, because they connect to your phone or else all that business,
Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, so they probably would be illegal, these type of devices. So now apparently the last camera, the Nano got FCC approval at some point, or say it wouldn't be here, and that we knew the Mini 5 Pro did, but I don't. Of all these products we're talking about here that aren't yet, haven't heard of any of them getting FCC approval yet. So that is a good question, DeMarco. But it's funny how some of these, this new the Skyrover X1, but the new S1, somehow the shell companies, they get their FCC approvals.
Yeah.
This is all, I don't have any answers to any of this. This is all just, we don't know from day to day what's going on with all this. I don't have any answers to any of these things, but, just something to keep in mind here. Now, I got one more thing, and hope Marcus comes back because we're going to have him. He's going to take over for the show a little bit here. I got one more thing to show us here. We do have a new release, DeMarco. Let's see here. If I can get it here. Let's see here. Yeah, maybe we can make it big here.
Ooh.
And let me go back and play. Let me turn the sound down here because the music is what gets you in trouble here. Now it says right at the top here, this is an enterprise product. DJI Enterprise, and that is tomorrow. And could you tell? Let's see one more time.
No, I could.
Hold on, I'll get it from the beginning here. Here we go. You make anything out of this?
No, I didn't anyway. I looked away for a second, so maybe I missed it.
I'm going to try one more time.
No.
There we go.
Get your credit card out, Ron.
I won't be able to buy it anyways. My credit card's saved. I can't buy on DJI anyways. But anyhow, some kind of new enterprise. Now I had that thing. Maybe it's a cloud product. That almost looks like some kind of a server or something, doesn't it? Or
oh well, yeah, a server maybe. I don't know. That would do.
Something for enterprise. So anyways, let me kill that off here. So yeah, that kind of ends the stories here. Now, we were going to get Marcus's thoughts on the new the Mini 5 Pro, and unfortunately, he's done his unboxing video, but he hasn't got outside to fly yet due to his illness. So he hopes to get out this week, and of course, he's going to do a little wrap up on his time at the Spanish drone seekers meet up there in Spain that he was at probably maybe a week, 2 weeks ago at this point already. So yeah, so I think I covered all the subjects in there. So have you flown lately, DeMarco?
Yes. So I the last 2 months every Sunday I've been flying.
Good.
Oh yeah. Down in Fayetteville, Arkansas, where Maddox now has his baseball practices. It's a half an hour from the house. So it's the perfect time for me to go down there, take much practice, and then fly. So I take my drone every Sunday, though, and there's a huge field and a lot of land to fly. And yesterday, I had my first Karen moment in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Well, what gives the details?
Tell us more, DeMarco. More.
What drone are you flying?
The Mavic 3.
Mavic 3, okay.
Yeah, so the Mavic 3. So I was sitting in the car. He was at practice, though. The twins were out doing their thing in the field. There's a huge soccer field that's across from where he practices at, though. So I was flying over there, and then I flew back over his baseball field, just hovering probably about 250 feet, just watching his practice. Finished there, I came down, I brought it down, I changed the battery. I went to the other end of the practice field. So now I'm by the home plate side watching. And this car pulls up, and this lady, like, she tells her son or somebody sitting in the car, she's like, "Oh, I'll ask this guy." So she asked if someone's flying a drone or if I had seen a drone. And I was holding my remote, and I said, "Well, it's me. I'm watching my kids practice." And she said, "Oh, the kids that are playing on the field behind the practice were scared." So I said, I was nice about it. I said, "Ma'am, I'm watching my kids practice here. The drone's way over there. I'm not trying to watch your kids. In fact, I can't even see them because there are trees there and everything. No, but there herds of drone." So she was sort of nice about it, though. But like, she kept saying how the kids were scared. The kids were scared, though. So I ended the conversation by, "Hey, I'm sorry about that. Just so you know, it's not illegal to fly a drone. It's not." And she went, "Oh, I know." And she shut her door and left. But like, it wasn't nice.
Sorry, you had to go through that.
Yeah, but hey, it happens.
It wasn't the kids that were scared, DeMarco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids were scared.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
A toy?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But otherwise, it was a good flight.
Thanks, John.
Oh yeah, John should have been there. He'd have handled that Karen for you.
Johnny would have taken care of it. Yeah.
I
advertised for Johnny the whole time I was in Spain. I wore my Johnny hat the whole time.
And Johnny still owes you the check, right?
I haven't seen it yet, Ron. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm glad you're back. We're going to go to a couple segments with you here. First of all, we're going to want you to share your thoughts on a new Mini 5 Pro. Now, I explained to folks while you were going to, you got the drone in, you've done the unboxing, but because of your illness, and a cold, folks, in case you're over there, he hasn't got a chance to, how did we say it? We haven't got a chance to get that drone.
I haven't got this bird in the air yet. No.
Yeah.
I'm hoping tomorrow might be the day, but when I was overseas, actually was on the cruise ship when this thing got introduced, and was unable to order it. I thought really hard when we were in Barcelona. There's a DJI store in Barcelona, and I thought, man, I'll just run over there and buy one and bring it home. But a couple of things stopped me. Number one, I wanted the plus battery, and you cannot get the plus battery in Europe. And number two, I just worried about getting it through customs. I have no problem declaring it. I have no problem paying whatever customs fees or whatever. But I didn't want to risk losing it going through customs. So anyway, I didn't do that. And as soon as I got home, then, literally the night I got home, I ordered this from off of eBay from one of the South Korean resellers, and it came in exactly a week's time. I actually got to just let it sit in the box for several days. Yeah, Gary's saying the Spanish flu. It was a Spanish cold, is what it was, Gary, and Sarah got it before. But anyway, it was so frustrating to see the drone sitting there in the box, and I was just too miserable to even take it out of the box. Finally, felt better enough that I unboxed it, but and then of course it was beautiful weather during that time, wonderful weather. Yeah, they switched, Jeff. I can tell you, Jeff, when I was flying my Air 3S in Europe, it switched to CE mode while I was there, and I had reduced signal strength. As soon as I got home, switches back to FCC, and it's fine. And I'm sure it's the same with the mini drone as well. So, but the point being, the weather was beautiful while I was sick. I could have been out flying every day, but of course I just wasn't up to it. And now that I'm feeling better and want to get out and fly, of course it's raining and storming every day, right? So it's just how Murphy's Law works. But I think, knock on wood, I think tomorrow is going to be a halfway decent day. So I'll get out to the Snake River. I always do my first flight at the Snake River Canyon. So I'm really, really anxious to take this guy out there. However, Ron, a little story that I teased you with earlier. You know, I had my Mini 4 Pro, and I decided that I was going to sell it because, you know, this drone, I'll be flying the Mini 5. I thought, why the Mini 4 is just going to sit on the shelf back there. You know, when would I use it when I could just grab the Mini 5? And a friend of mine who I sold my Mini 3 to, he's in a photography group. He asked if I had another drone for sale. I said yes. So it was a friend of his, and he sent me. This guy was in this photography group, and I'm telling you, and you guys know this, when you're selling something like that, there's always the guy that asks a million questions, and this guy just pummeled me with questions. And oh, he wasn't sure, and this and that, and the other thing. And the next day he pummeled me with a bunch of more questions. He goes, well, okay, I think I want it. And I warned him. I said, listen, I've got a bad cold. I said, yeah, you don't, normally I would show you how to fly the drone and all that, but I said, you don't want that right now. So he just came to the door, and he paid me, and he took the drone, and a couple of days later, I start getting texts from him, you know, and I'm going, holy cow, here we go. You know, we've all been through that before, right? Somebody that's, you know, are they dissatisfied? It was exactly the opposite.
Oh,
I was so he was so thrilled with that drone. And so then when he got the drone, he didn't really know about my channel. So I said, just go to my playlist for the Mini 4 Pro. And I said, it'll tell you everything about the drone, soup to nuts. And so then he started watching my videos. So then every 5 minutes, I'm getting a text from him. He watched this video, or he watched that video. And, oh, that was so cool. And anyway, it turned out what at first I thought was going to be one of those turned out to be a really fun experience. Selling that Mini 4 Pro.
That's a great story.
Did you know about the show, Marcus?
I do not. I'm sure I told him about it. I don't know. Yeah,
and your numbers are way up this week too now because of that sale.
Yeah,
your views are way up.
Yeah. No, that's kind of fun. I did get on the flight to Spain. I did get recognized.
The pilot.
No joke. I'm walking down the aisle, heading for the restroom, right?
Right.
This is no joke. This guy comes out of the restroom. He holds up his phone. He's got an Idaho quadcopter video playing on it. He goes, "Hey, I know you."
How about that?
Yeah.
Autograph? Did you take a picture or something with it?
Yeah, I said, no, I got to take something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good story too.
Yeah.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, we ended with a bathroom story here. No, but now we're gonna move on. We're gonna get more Marcus' impressions on the Mini 5 Pro next week. You'll probably have a couple flights under your belt by the next show.
I hope so. I hope so, Ron.
And I'll save any of my impressions down, so we'll give it at the same time next week. So, but we're gonna move on. Marcus, he was away for a long time. Part of that time he was away, he was in Spain at the first annual Spanish Drone Flyers meetup there. And what was the name of the town they were meeting up in?
We were in Puerto de Mazaron, right on the Mediterranean coast. Yeah,
there you go. And,
right across from Morocco.
And all the drone seekers from the show were there, right? Jackie, Steve.
It's the first time we've all been together. So yeah, so myself and Steve and Terry, Kev, and of course Backpack Jackie.
Yeah. And of course, also you had other local drones like Harvey, who's in a lot of Jackie's videos with him, and of course one of the guys that helped you and I in early days, Sean the drone, was there, right, for part of it.
Ron, I got to meet and fly drones with Sean the drone, wow. And so I was telling Josh and John about this earlier. Sean, when my first real drone was the DJI Phantom 3. And, like we all do, you go on YouTube and you look for, okay, how do I do this, that, and the other thing. I stumbled across Sean's channel, and I don't even remember. I think it was just called Sean Matthews at the time. I don't remember exactly, but in any case,
was it the two Phantoms?
Well, that was later on, but yeah,
it predated the two Phantoms. Okay,
yeah. This is when he was still in the UK, Ron. It was before,
right? When he's in Dorset.
Yep, Dorset, and he. Anyway, I learned how to fly a GPS drone from Sean. And so anyway, over there in Spain, I got to hang out with him and shoot the breeze with him and so forth. And he's kind of the original drone seeker that started that whole drone seekers business. So it was really fun. It was a fun opportunity to get to hang out with him.
Was Caroline there?
Caroline was there. She got so tired of us singing Sweet Caroline. I can't tell you. Every place we went, we broke out into Sweet Caroline. It was, I'm sure she got tired of it. But she entertained us well. She flew her fixed wing. And if you happen to see, she published a video today. That thing goes 140 miles an hour. It is fast. Yeah.
Huh. So, okay, let's get details. You were in a cruise before the the meetup. So what day did you actually get to Mazaron?
Well, so let's see. That would have been the 22nd or 23rd, something like that, of September. We were in Puerto de Mazaron for about 6 days, I believe. The first day I was there, obviously met. This was so cool. We flew from Barcelona to Alicante, and then Alicante, I rented a car, and it's about 140 kilometers to Puerto de Mazaron. So really nice Spanish roads, by the way. Their road system is really nice. Anyway, drove there and met Jackie and her significant other, Craig, and Harvey, and we went out to dinner that night. And meeting Jackie in person is every bit as cool as what you see on her videos. She is so full of life, and
so you met her at the restaurant.
No, she met us at the hotel, and then Craig drove, and we rode with her and Craig in their car, and Harvey went with us. We're right to the ocean waterfront, and we went to a Mexican restaurant in Spain, and in any case, that's how it started. And then the next day was Wednesday, I believe, and that was before anybody else arrived. And so Harvey picked Sarah and I up at the hotel, and then Jackie met us partway there, and we went out to the Guns of Mazaron, now you're making me remember the name right off the top of my head. I'd have to go back and look at my video to tell you the name of the guns. But you've seen them in a lot of Sean's videos, and they've been in a number of people's videos. Yeah. And it's a very dramatic place to fly a drone, and it was a lot of fun. I screwed up. I didn't. I had my little Mic 3 on, Ron, and I'm sure you can relate to this. I held that button down to turn the mic on, and I held it too long, and I inadvertently just turned it off, which was so I didn't get any audio, but I was able to overdub it and go from there. But then the next day, over by Cartagena, Gary's saying Cartagena, but it's the guns. Well, you know what? I better look it up here because that's going to drive me freaking crazy if I don't look it up. It is the Bateria de Castellitos.
Now, was Gary there too?
No, Gary was not there at that point.
He hadn't made it yet.
But the next day, everybody showed up, and that is when we went out to the Embalse de la Sierva, and Gary has already put up a video about that. Gary did a fantastic video. He did a deep dive into describing all about the reservoir and so forth. But
now, is that when you flew in the bridge and lost signal?
Well, I think I probably lost signal everywhere I flew during that trip. What I found, and I would be interested to hear what Gary says about this. I got out about 500 meters or so, and that was about the limit of what I could do.
When you were in CE mode, yeah.
Yeah, with the Air 3S. Yep. But anyway, so at that stop, our good friend Terry made what he called bacon buddies for us, which is basically a sandwich. He called it bacon, but it was more like a slice of ham to me. What would you say, Gary? It was more like kind of a slice of ham, and then put cheese on there, and then I found out there's a special sauce that they have in Europe and in Canada. I didn't know what it was. It was called H&P sauce, House of Parliament sauce. I'd never heard of it before. But anyway, it's kind of like A1. It's really what it was, but it tasted good on that sandwich, and Terry made those up for us that day. Every place you go with the Drone Seekers, you learn you're going to eat. So that's what we did. And let's see. Now I'm trying to put all this together in my mind. So the next day after that, we went to the Estación de Calaspara, and what that is a train station that was shut down. I'm trying to remember, not that damn long ago, 2017 or something like that. But it's a cool place to fly drones. A unique look at the Spanish countryside, and that's where Caroline flew her fixed wing, and she went buzzing by us at 140 miles an hour, and then she landed it right by the railroad tracks at the railway station, and it literally comes skidding in, and it stopped right at Jackie's feet. It was the coolest. You couldn't have scripted it any better. It was really cool. Yeah, and that day, we went. Where did we go? Gary, help me out. Where did we go to that? We went to a restaurant that. Oh no, I think that day. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, that's the one we went. We went to a restaurant. This was probably the coolest restaurant we went to. They did a full Spanish meal for us, and it's without going into a lot of details. Take your time because they bring out one thing at a time, and it's kind of family style. And it was good stuff. And then the day after that, they had something planned for us every day, so it was really cool. So we went. And you've probably seen this in plenty of videos. There is an abandoned urbanization, they call it, a bunch of partially built homes in Fortuna. And we went there. It would be like an FPV paradise. If you're an FPV drone flyer, you would absolutely love that. And we went there, and flew drones, and it was an experience that I'll never forget, because again, I've seen it in so many videos. And then again, we went to another restaurant after that. There's a lot of going to restaurants with the drone seekers. And it was another kind of traditional Spanish meal. And then the day after that, which was really our last day together as a group, the Minas de Mazaron, so the mines of Mazaron. And again, that is an iconic location that I'm sure you've seen in plenty of videos, and with the red colored, when it rains, there's big red puddles and so forth, which I'm sure is iron ore.
I love that spot.
Yeah, the interesting thing about it is, when it's wild when you just don't understand history until you over someplace like that. But those mines were started by the Phoenicians.
Oh my God.
And then when the Phoenicians were done with them, the Romans mined that hill, right? And then after the Romans, it was the English and the Germans and the Spanish, and everybody took a turn extracting minerals out of this mountainside. And I think the mine formally closed, like in the 1960s or something like that. They finally eked every ounce of whatever mineral there was down there. And of course, now it's just what they call slag piles, these big piles of ore and so forth, and then these crumbling mine buildings and so forth. It's kind of hazardous. You better be careful. You better watch your step wherever you're going. But it is really a fantastic place to fly drones, and got some really
Venetian.
Did somebody crash a drone out there years ago?
Oh, there's been a few. So Stephen Deere crashed his drone out there. Harvey crashed his drone out there. Sean lost a drone up in the hills out there one time, and Jackie finally found it. One of his Phantoms back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah. So the mines of Mazaron have eaten a few drones. But again, what did we do after we were done there? We went back into Puerto de Mazaron, and we found a nice restaurant and had a traditional Spanish meal. So that was about it. Then the next day, it's time we did our drone seeker show that evening. Then it's time to go home. Sarah and I got up at 2 a.m, drove 140 kilometers in the middle of the night on Spanish roads to Alicante, took a flight from Alicante to Barcelona, got on a plane in Barcelona, flew from Barcelona to Dallas, got on another plane in Dallas, and flew home. 27 hours later, we walked in our front.
Hats off to you, brother.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. It was well worth it. It was very, very emotional. Hanging out with guys like Gary and Vicky, and my drone seeker friends that I've known those people for years and years, and there were a lot of hugs and tears when we all split up to go home. So it was a very satisfying, fun experience.
How many Americans were over there, Marcus?
Me and Sarah.
Yeah. And how many Canadians?
There was Gary and Vicky and Tom and Meta.
Okay. And what was your favorite location you flew out while you were over there?
Not going to choose. They were all awesome. I mean, obviously, the iconic things like the mines of Mazaron, Minas de Mazaron, that is so iconic. I was so thrilled to get a chance to fly there. And then, of course, the guns of Mazaron too were.
Yeah. I've seen that video. That was a good one.
Over by Cartagena, yeah.
What drones did you take with you on the trip?
I took the Air 3S and the Neo.
Did the Neo get in the air much?
At that last day at the Minas de Mazaron, I flew the Neo, flew 3 batteries through it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just messing around. Yeah. So I'll be editing videos as we go here. You'll see them over the coming months. I'll publish one once in a while and get a little flavor of that again. Gary has been publishing his. In fact, I think Gary didn't you just publish your video of the train station? I think Gary just got that done. So
I got to get over to Gary's channel and check some of these out.
Yeah.
And his channel name is Marcus.
Brad Ariels.
Brad Ariels on YouTube.
Yeah.
Get over there and check some of these out, folks.
Yep.
And
his name isn't Gary Brandt. His name is Gary Foster. Why is it called Brad Ariels? Brad Ariels is the county.
Okay.
He lives in Brant County. Yeah.
Okay. And Brant County is where?
In Canada.
Well, yeah. Canada's a big place. Can we get down to a province, maybe?
Ontario.
Ontario. Oh, I like Ontario. Yeah. DeMarco, you have any questions about the meetup?
No. I talked to Marcus last week on. He filled me in. Great story, man. It sounds great.
It was a amazing experience. I very much enjoyed it.
So now, Gary said he only flew the new inside an abandoned house.
Oh, so that must have been at the urbanization, maybe? I'm thinking, I don't know. Huh.
Now, is Gary flying his new FPV style? I say that because don't they usually fly FPV in abandoned houses?
There were, if you look at some videos, Jackie just published a video as well. So yeah, you'll from that urbanization. We had some exciting times there as we were driving up. We ran into a gentleman by the name of Captain Underpants. That's what we called him. We're going on this road to go into this urbanization, and there's these sticks and stuff that are across the road. So, Jackie, she runs out and she's picking them up. And there's this guy, a squatter in a house, in one of the houses. He's a squatter, comes running out in his underwear.
Oh, yeah.
And starts screaming at her, because she's moving those sticks. So we found another way to get in there, but made for an interesting story. And so we forever named him Captain Underpants.
Buckeyes Drones has a question for you, Marcus.
Rick, I don't know if they'll have one next year. We're talking about it, and what if they did, it might even be in a different location, right? Might be in the UK or something. So I don't know.
And Lou has a question for you too, also, Marcus.
No issue taking them there or bringing them back. I did get my European drone license when I got there, the EASA license, which I would encourage you to do if you're going to go fly in Europe.
Bob Case says Brand Arrow's Day One meetup. He has a video listed here. Check it out.
Good.
And Johnny has Rick. You can't drive there. Just saying, okay, because Rick drives to all the meetups.
He does. He drives everywhere. Yeah.
Could he get a ferry over?
You might find an ocean liner that's getting repositioned or something. I don't know. It's possible.
Carlos has a question. Marcus, did you have any issues bringing DJI drones back to the U.S.? No
customs issues whatsoever. For one thing, I wasn't worried about that because I already owned them, right? I think I think I could have bought a drone there and brought it back without issue, but I don't know that for certain. You might, but I think when you already own them, it's not an issue.
Gary has I won't mispronounce it. Abandoned Town video will be out in a few days.
Yeah, so that's the name of the urbanization. So there's kind of a story that goes, well, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it. I'll let you watch Gary's video and listen to the story. There's a fascinating story that goes along with that abandoned urbanization. And I will say this. One of the things that I always wondered about it is, okay, I understand why in 2008, 2009, the housing crisis, everything blew up, right? And it went broke. Once things settled down, why weren't those homes completed and so forth? Well, there's a story that goes with that. It was an illegal development to begin with. What I'll tell you is watch Gary's video. He'll tell you the whole story.
Wow. Bob Case says, Rick Buckeye Drones, he drives the meetups and then he disappears. And Bob's saying here that Gary does great vlogging, enjoys voiceovers.
Yeah.
And Josh comment about Rick's driving.
Yeah, it could be portals. Yeah,
the portals. So he wouldn't need he could drive to Spain then through the portal.
Through the portal. Yeah.
Yeah. So well, thanks for sharing some of the memories and highlights of the Spanish Drone Seekers meetup there in Mazarin area, Spain. And Sean the drone lives around that area, doesn't he?
So I drove right by. Sean lives in. I'm lost at the name of it.
I can spit it out because he says it so much. Rio something.
No, gosh. Anyway, it's right there. It's right there outside of Puerto de Mazaron. So it's right there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because Sean has a channel, Expat in Mazaron.
Expat in Mazaron, yeah.
And Mazaron's a pretty big place.
Yeah, so there's the town of Mazaron, and then there's Puerto de Mazaron, and they're kind of two different cities, but yeah, pretty good sized. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And are there cities similar to U.S. cities at all, like to Boise or?
Yeah, I mean, no, not as big. I think if I was going to compare Boise, I'd say more like Alicante, a little bit bigger city. I mean, it's different. So, you're in the older parts of town, it's narrower streets and things like that. What I didn't see in Spain is like traditional single family dwellings like we see here with big yards and so forth. There were single family dwellings, but they were more like what we would call a townhome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gary said we went to Gibraltar too, but didn't fly there, but got a good British passport stamp.
Yeah. That must have been fun. Yeah, I'm envious.
I've heard of Gibraltar, but I think John Lennon got married in Gibraltar. But is that part of Spain?
Well, it's just off of Spain. It's the island in between, right at the entrance to the Mediterranean, in between Spain and Morocco.
Right. So it's its own little country.
It's Great Britain. It's a British territory, or I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe Gary could explain that.
Okay, and that's how I got the British passport stamp. I get you.
Right.
Thanks,
right.
Gary. Yeah. So I've heard of Gibraltar, but I didn't know a whole lot about it.
The Rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah.
It was critical in World War II.
Yep. Let's see here. Mark White has something here. Guess he goes dry. Oh, about Rick here.
Yeah.
Go across the. Yeah. Well, I guess we covered a lot of ground tonight, folks. Right? Marcus, DeMarco, you have anything more you want to bring up that we didn't get to tonight?
So Gary is correcting me here. It's not an island. It is maybe a little peninsula. So I'd have to. Sorry, I made that mistake.
We're drone experts, not geography experts, right?
Well, that's a little embarrassing for me. I should know that. I should know better, but yeah.
Well, you knew more than I did.
Yeah.
I must have missed that day in school when we covered Gibraltar. I must have been absent that day.
But it's right at the entrance to. It's right at the entrance to Gibraltar is this just a little peninsula is what it is, and it's right at the entrance to the Mediterranean Sea.
Well, someday I'll have to get down to Gibraltar.
Yeah.
I'll walk to Gibraltar.
Yeah.
Again, any more anything you want to talk about that we didn't get to tonight?
Nope.
I think we covered it.
And
I hope I didn't bore people to death with all that talking.
Well,
but
no, they had a lot of good questions. They were interested.
Yeah.
They were engaged. So bad news. Looks like the Falcons won that game. Bills were driving at the end, but Falcons. In fact, I think the Falcons had 24 points at halftime. I don't think they scored in the second half.
I can't win them all.
And guess what? The Redskins came back and took a 17-16 lead on the Bears.
Oh, I need to.
Yeah, we need to let Coach Moore go. He's got to coach those Bears through the fourth quarter here. They got they got playing time. They got whole fourth quarter. They got 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Terrible.
The comeback Bears, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and so folks, I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight and welcome Marcus back. This is his big return to the show here. I know probably a lot of you thought he wasn't coming back, but he was
just like a bad penny.
Well, yeah, he did have his illness, so that kept him off show last week. But we filled in, and we had last week you couldn't make it, and guess what? Our backup Johnny couldn't make it. He had to go to a swim meet, or I thought it was. Remember, DeMarco? I thought it was a swim party he was going to. So he went to a swim meet, and anyhow, then Captain Ray. Like we'd already started showing, Captain Ray volunteered to come in, so we got him in midstream. So it was kind of like it wasn't your regular show, Marcus. It was but it still turned out good, right, DeMarco?
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
We did it though, but Marcus, we were missing you, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, we missed you, buddy.
I missed you guys too.
And
let's do a group hug.
Yeah. No more vacation days until we'll give you Christmas off. Yeah. We'll give you Thanksgiving and Christmas off.
Okay.
Otherwise, so your assignment this week is to get a few flights over that Mini 5 Pro and be back on next week's show to give us a full first impressions.
10-4.
Deal.
And of course, maybe get a flight in with the Mavic 4 Pro and check out all the latest upgrades and so on too.
Yeah, I've just touched I've only had like 3 flights with it, so yeah, I need to fly it.
You can give the Air 3S. You can give it a little vacation because it worked hard over in Spain, right?
It did indeed.
It did take a little break now. Yeah, and somebody told me about Casey. They got the same update too for switching cameras, even though it only has 2 cameras. But I haven't upgraded that thing lately, but I need to get it out. Of course, I've been under nor'easter here the past couple of days, but tomorrow the rain's going to kind of end, and then Wednesday I think at least partial sun is back. So maybe I'll get a bird in the air this week.
Good.
So, all right, folks. We'll see you next Monday. Everybody, have a good week. Of course, it's kind of Columbus Day. A little bit of left here, but we'll get back to normal for the rest of the week. And everybody, get out and fly a drone if you got fly them if you got them. And
it's all yours, DeMarco.
Oh.
Hey, we have traditions on this show.
Yeah. They can't be broken. As he's coming, we're gonna end here. End on a high.